the air conditioner.
And we need to move the bottle when you get a chance.
No.
Okay.
Sheesh. What do you think you are, the director?
Yeah.
Director, producer, gopher.
Head dick.
Okay, we're going live.
Wasn't it Dickhead?
Dickhead, head dick,
The
you
good
know.
news is at least one viewer got to hear you say my name.
You're live on here.
We're
Okay.
also live on here, but we're waiting for people to.
Yes.
We're up to number 2 here.
So we're just waiting to populate. This is new for us. So if you've never watched the Steph and G show before, you want to make sure you follow us on the Steph and G show page. You also can follow us on Notions You Need and Farrell's Country Stitching as well, because different things get posted at different places. So, but we're going to be doing demos every week now. So
Jeff Allen says, hi, ladies and Dave.
hi, Jeff. Wait, I'm on the floor. Well,
Tell
not
him.
really.
Jeff, would you please, this is G, if you will please email your address to me, because you're the winner of one of the design sets from Jim Suzio yesterday. So congratulations. A birthday present for you. So if you would do that,
That's fun.
the number 2, crazy, C-R-A-Z-Y, gals, G-A-L-S, at stephandgshow.com. And that
And one day we'll get it posted on the wall.
and is spelled out. If that's hard to remember, G at notionsyouneed.com. So, you know,
Whatever.
yeah, just get a hold of me, please. I appreciate it.
Okay. So anyway, so while we are doing this, and if you haven't seen the Steph and G show, you want to do that. But the 2 things that we're demoing today, which are the centering squares. And we have them on special for regularly, because they're brand new product. We never had them before Saturday. So they are regularly $29.99, and the special is $19.99.
So Mark Lipinski says, hey, sweetie. Parentheses, that's for head dick.
That's it.
Laugh out loud. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Mark.
He's either
Yeah.
head
Well,
dick
it
or
was
dickhead.
he was either head dick or dickhead. We weren't sure which. It just depends on the day, I suppose. You know, it's a tough job. Anyhow, so we have the 2 centering squares that we're going to be showing today, and they are on special for $19.99, item number 1001. So there's that. So a couple things that you're going to be able to do with these. So they are in an 8-inch and a 6-inch, and I'm going to do it on the lighter one because it'll be easier. And of course, you can use the bigger one on smaller blocks. You don't necessarily have to pull out this one. And because this is a 6-inch finished block, it's actually, obviously, a 1/2 inch bigger all the way around than, so I need to use the larger one. So when I'm using this, what I'm doing is, there are inside here, let me see if I can find something so you can see it a little better.
See, could you use a better fabric so people can see what they're doing?
So do you see these lines in here? So they're all in increments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, clear out to 8. And those, what you're going to do is you're going to lay your block on top, or your square on top of your block, and you're going to line up from corner to corner both directions. So like this center little square finishes 2 inches. So I can use those registration marks there to make sure that I am in there correctly. And these will fit any of your blue water-soluble pen, the white water-soluble pen, any of those will work in there. The little slots here are the right width, and you're just going to run that down through there, and you're going to have perfect markings, whether you want to just split it diagonally or whether you want to split it, you know, into 8. Now when I'm using it for quilting, I a lot of times will split it into the 8 because if you remember those spirograph tools or toys, you know, we had when we were kids. Let's see, which ones did I do? I guess I need to do this one. There we go. Anyways, those spirograph tools that I had, you had when you were a kid. But you can see you're going to get these marks going across both directions. And you can do these in white or in blue, whichever. But once you have those marked, of course, now you can take your templates, if you're using templates, and you can center them on each one of those things and work all the way around and get your design. But you can also use this for fussy cutting, and I lost my fabric. Oh, Dave, would you get me that?
Centering, if you're going to be doing embroidering on your quilt squares,
yes,
you can use that to target your center of your embroidery and get it perfectly lined up. Because once you see it on the screen, you can line up those. You don't need to put that on me.
Well, that's what happens when
I don't want that.
When you start talking.
Typically, yeah, when somebody's talking,
you're supposed to look at them. That's how it works.
Anyway, for you embroiderers, you know what I'm talking about. You can line it up perfectly and get things on point. Ow! I'm attached to my computer.
She's always attached to something.
She is.
And trying to drag it off
so you can use these for fussy cutting as well. So I can lay this exactly over what I want to cut. I can make sure that the design that I want is in the middle, and then I can trim along the edges, which is great. So if I wanted the same exact fish on every single block, they would be the same. And I'm not fussy like that, but G is. So she's a little anal about these things. So she's way more worried about it than me. But needless to say, but you can do that. And like she said, with your embroidery designs as well. I know from yesterday's class, there were quite a few of you out there who embroider as well. And I know the embroidery side of things, you need to be pretty specific where your stuff's going to end up.
Especially if you're going to be combining designs and multi-hooping your stuff. This would come in extremely handy because you do all of your guidelines out in advance, and you tape down your design so you know exactly where you're going with it, and then you can transfer that to your machine. It's a class we can do because it's pretty fun. I've done a whole, have a 4-inch hoop and do a whole shirt back in elements and things.
See, in my opinion, that would drive me insane. I couldn't do it. I tried. I wanted to think I could do it, but it's way too much patience for me. Patience, I do not.
You just have to learn. Don't write with that, by the way.
Well, Jolene says she's fussy like G, not like you.
Oh.
I can't believe she wrote this, but she said you're a screw
up. She did not say. Now you've been hit with
She's
a
been
flamingo.
giving you the bird. She just gave you the bird.
That's it. Anyways, so if I wanted to, say, cut off a block, say I was making squares and I needed 18 8-inch squares or 7-inch squares or whatever, I could simply pull this over. I'm going to go down to the 7-inch lines that are across here. Line them up with the edge of my fabric, and that's assuming that it's square already. And then all I'm going to do is just use my rotary cutter, because this is the same thickness as all of your templates or rulers that you use for rotary cutting. Whoops. So, and now I have a perfect 7-inch square that I can use for whatever I want or whatever I need. But it's super easy, it's super fun, and it works for like literally everything. So it takes a lot of the math out for folks. I happen to be a math person, but for folks who aren't math people,
like G and her husband Dave, by the way.
Yeah, G and Dave are measuring isn't their strong suit.
Especially Dave.
Yes, definitely Dave more than G. Neither's driving for Dave. He's not. The driving is another thing. Not so great.
Jolene said she didn't say that, Dick. Now you know how I got my nickname.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because
How much are they again?
They are $19.99, and you get both sizes. So you get the 6-inch and the 8-inch. And this is a completely new product that I just made last week, simply because from my main reason is for embroidery, or not embroidery. I don't like embroidery.
I love
Look
embroidery.
what you've done to
You've
me.
invented a tool just for me. It should be called the G tool.
Or the F-off tool.
No, that's that's just cruel.
Jeez, everything isn't about you, G.
I like to think it is.
We know. Jeez Louise.
So anyway,
Anyhow.
it's for her quilting is what she's going to use it mostly for. I'm
That
going to
is.
use it for embroidery, mostly.
You can, but
Yes.
I'm going to
A
quilt.
fussy
And you
cutting.
have quilt blocks coming too, don't you? Using that rule?
I do, actually.
Something to look forward to.
I need something dark. Oh, here, I've got something. So there's extra lines on this right here, and I actually have the pattern already. But see those extra lines, these diagonally ones? So I have a quilt pattern that's going to come available soon using this template also. So, the more it does, the happier it makes me, because
You don't like to have a bunch of tools
I don't.
hanging around. And most people don't.
And because we're the whole pandemic, G and Dave, you know how they are. They're mooching in the driveway. Yeah. Well, they're also mooching in the studio. So our space,
Has become our space.
it has. So therefore we have 2 of everything, 2 of this, 2 of that.
We have more than 2
Well,
of everything.
I was trying to be really nice.
We have 15 of
We
everything.
have too much crap, is what she's saying. So, but I haven't seen any of these.
No, well, you can cut it off. You can cut it off kilter with. She's got some lines on there. I mean, really, it is a good.
But I mean, we don't have any of these already prior to this.
No. This
in the
is this is
studio.
it.
So this will be the one and only set of tools that we only have one of, because you know how it is. You collect things.
We don't need 2 of everything.
Not really.
No.
And Dave,
How about 10 or 20 or 30?
Well, when we go back on the road, then we might need duplicates. But for here, we don't.
Right now we really don't. We've got a lot of crap.
Yeah. So.
It's true. Dave's
Okay.
been looking for crap that he lost days ago.
Wait, you found it?
No.
No.
Oh.
It's
okay.
still missing.
There's garden gnomes that live under the trailer that
I believe
steal
it.
things and
Magic.
screw with things and blow
Yeah,
things
because
up.
the cameras blew up.
Yeah. I
So.
think it's the ghost that lives here.
Anyway, so what else do you have to say?
Well, I was just going to show them how. I didn't know if everybody got these, or if anybody got them the other day and hasn't used them yet.
The white.
The white
markers
marking pens.
that are erasable.
Yes,
So it takes a while for it to show up.
it does.
It has to. Air has to.
Blue
hit it.
line eraser.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah,
Blue line
blue
eraser.
line eraser.
And you can still order those. They're on sale for $5 a piece. They're normally $6.99.
That's
right?
correct.
So, and we have
Oh,
the
yeah.
all-in kit. Also.
The all-in kit, yep. So the all-in kit is a little bitty tiny little funnel. And then you get, listen, I want to make sure that I can see these. You know how it is. The older you get, the worse your eyes are.
You need more light, that's for sure.
Yeah. So
Look at how
now
beautiful
see,
that is.
this is going to keep coming. It's going to keep getting darker and darker.
As it
So
dries.
yeah, it's got to dry. So as it dries, it'll end up like this. Anyhow, but this is also part of the
All-in kit.
all-in kit. Yes, and it is my preferred method of taking the marks off, because I don't have to spray everything. So this just goes over these little spots.
The all-in kit has a big bottle of the fluid that takes
Yes.
it out, and then the funnel is for you to fill up the applicator, so that you're not using the big bottle. You're
Isn't that
just
fun?
Wiping it out. So when you're all done with marking
Cindy
your quilt,
Camp's worried that you're going to cut yourself with your little tiny baby rotary cutter because you didn't close it after you were done.
Cindy, don't worry. I never close it. Even when my babies were little, I didn't close it.
and now her babies tote guns.
Now they do.
And would chop anything up on the table if the rotary cutter was left on there.
That's correct. So but no, this is my favorite size rotary cutter.
It was too small for me.
No, see, it's 28 millimeters. It's just right.
For little stuff.
for everything.
But then when you get thicker stuff, you need a bigger blade because it won't go through.
Do you know you're not supposed to cut multiple layers of fabric at a time? You know, there's a rule about that.
No, there isn't.
Oh,
You can cut up to
good
4 layers
Lord.
accurately with no problem whatsoever.
You
So
should
that's
never
your-
take G's advice.
Hey, I've been around a lot longer than you have, ladies.
Listen, 4 layers is not always good. You have to be a confident and able.
If you have the right tools, 4 layers is a breeze.
Listen, if your template slides all over, then 4
But
layers.
you
Then you
don't.
screw up 4 layers instead of 2.
I'm going to
Careful
show
you're
you.
arguing when she's got a sharp
I do.
object.
Yes, and she poked.
And we know what she does with sharp objects.
On Thursday, I'm going to be doing a deal on the fast fold, and I'm going to show you how to cut 4 layers at a time accurately with no problem whatsoever.
Are you going to use that special little doodad, that
Yeah.
tool? Well, that's a completely specialized thing. That's different.
But the whole point is it's possible.
Well, it is, but it's used as a special tool.
I happen to sell that special tool.
I'm just saying, with the tools that you already have at home, you probably
Mark
shouldn't.
Lipinski says stack and whack
There you go.
is layered cuts.
That's right.
I understand, Mark.
Are you going to fight with him?
Yeah, I was going to
Yes.
correct him.
I will. Doesn't matter. You know as well as I do, when people get those bigger rulers out and they aren't confident, the ruler slips and then you get crappy
Well, yeah, but
cuttings.
there's things to prevent that. There's the dots. There is the.
We're not going to
magic.
argue about this. This is my demonstration. Get in the corner.
Hey, you
Get in the
invited me
corner,
here.
baby.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
I just did.
I'll go away.
I'll go away, she says. I don't argue with her on her program.
Wait, you threw things at me.
I did, yeah. Did I yesterday?
You were sitting in the corner clipping your fingernails, and he was recording it while I was doing the.
I don't know why he was.
presentation.
Anyways,
It's, I think, behind the scenes where people can show your interest in the show is a good thing.
huh. I could show some of your handiwork there, Dave.
I'll be happy to show it for you.
He's a pretty good demonstrator.
That's
No,
not
she's
what I'm
talking
talking
about the holes
I'm
like
talking
that.
about the
Holes?
Swiss cheese.
Oh.
Anyway, so if anybody still wants to order these, you can order them. Just post in the comments below. My handy dandy paperwork keeper upper over here in the corner, baby. She will send you an invoice if you do want them and you didn't get them. Really are pretty darn handy tools. And G's going to show you something sometime soon about using them for embroidery as well. So, and again, you know, that's not my realm at all. So she'll have to handle all that. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed our first of many, I think, of these little
Snippets.
daily demos. Yeah. So until I see you on the G show tomorrow, when I'm going to argue with her, we'll be all set.
Well, no, we're going to put you to work because we're going to do design walls tomorrow.
Oh, I have to work during her show, not argue.
Okay, before we sign off, does anybody have any questions?
Oh, good question.
Good question, Dick.
There's a delay between, so we gotta wait till,
Okay, I'm waiting.
otherwise we could just cut them off.
No, what we should ask is, was the sound okay and was the picture
I thought about
okay?
that at the beginning, but nobody complained.
Well, see, that was what I thought too.
Yeah.
I figure if something's crap, they didn't have any they didn't mind complaining
Can
yesterday,
you
did
spit
they?
that out?
They didn't mind complaining yesterday.
Yeah, there was a lot of complaining yesterday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if something ain't right, they're going to tell us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then
what
that's
we
good.
want.
That is. Listen, they're
It
just
was
like us. We
perfect.
just tell it like it is.
It was perfect.
Everything was great, Jeff said.
Quick comment on using for embroidery. Jeff says everything was great. Karen is still waiting for the comment. Mark says perfect for me. Bernice says everything was great.
Okay, good.
Great.
Loved the
Okay, now she wanted to know
There's
about
a-
using it for embroidery. There's a center hole, isn't there?
There isn't, but there could be.
Okay, so she's going to put a center hole in it, so that we can mark the center of our block when we're going to be lining up our embroidery machine,
Okay.
and then we have the marks radiating out, so that we can, if we have hooped our
Welcome
fabric.
to the G show.
Yes. Well, She wanted to know. That was a question. You can't answer that question.
Listen,
Can you?
I told you there was no hole.
No, that isn't the question.
And the great thing is, baby in the corner just improved your product.
Yeah.
Great.
And
I am not worthless. I keep telling everybody that. They don't listen.
And everybody said it was great, so today is going to go in the record books as a win.
As our first win. Our first win.
Exactly.
Woo!
Good sound, good video. Everybody could tune in.
No,
Life is great. I don't think you're going to have any questions, so
I only had to call you a head dick once. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing design walls at 2:00,
And I will be sabotaging the show immediately.
Okay, there you go. Fun,
all
fun,
right,
fun.
say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.